Okay, you guys, let me know where you're from.
Can we put it in the chat? Can we put that in the chat? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Pop
Write it
that
in the chat. Where you're from, how you got into this class, because I posted it a bunch of different ways. Oh, Karen, hi. Karen's my
Hello.
hi, she's my student in hardcore, but she already does doTERRA, so she's here to learn about MetaPower and this stuff. So that's cool. Yay. Hi, Trish.
There's some familiar and less familiar faces. This is awesome.
Hi, Joni.
Cindy's
Hi.
from Texas. Hi, Cindy.
Cindy's from Texas.
Cindy, I want to hear your accent. That's like the best. I love the Texas accent.
Trish from Hamilton, Ontario.
Well,
Trish,
heard
did you?
I was hollering across the street.
Yay! That was it. That was you. That's so beautiful. I love it.
I got eggs from my organic eggs from my egg lady, and my neighbor across the street is elderly, and she was like, "Oh, I want some."
Oh.
So anyway, I was hollering at her, and I didn't mean to.
It's a beautiful accent. I love it so much. So I'm happy to hear it. It's my favorite. It's just so buttery. So good.
What am I doing? Okay, metabolism.
And who else is out there? We've got Cindy from Texas, Trish from Hamilton, Ontario. Hey, Trish. Yay. You can't see me because I'm glitchy. You can only hear me.
If you don't already have a doTERRA account, let us know. But if you do, let us know that too. Or if you're doing the business, or if you're not doing the business, what are you doing?
Karen from the Bay Area of California. Yes, beautiful place to be. Oh.
Why can't I get the picture?
So good. I know we got Julie. She might not be able to type, but Julie is here from beautiful place that I live. In our Silk territory. It is gorgeous here. Yay! Port Moody in the Ioko. Joe, that's awesome. That's where my auntie lives. It's a gorgeous area. Trish, that's like me. I've been in doTERRA around that time too. So good. How are we doing there, Cal, with numbers? Do you feel we got?
We are on Facebook Live.
Awesome.
In the learning group. Okay.
And we're recording.
We are recording, and I'm going.
Sweet. Because that'll be really helpful for a lot of people here, especially if you're, building the business and you're wanting to share this with others. Cal will have a recording.
Oh, Karen, I have a learning group. If you want to be in it, you can be in my learning group. I have it's just where we share our oil information. You can come in there if you want to be there. Yeah, okay. I'll invite you.
Hi, Nancy. Thanks for joining us. Just let us know in the chat where you're from.
I feel like it's Nancy Weber.
It is me.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't know where my chat is. Here we go.
I'll give you a moment.
Cindy, I have a learning, Cindy, do you have a doTERRA account?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I have a learning group, and I can invite you. If you want to friend me on Facebook, I can invite you in. We just learn things in there and share stuff. It's fun.
Okay, what's your name?
Kelly Mallinson.
Oh, you're the Kelly. Okay, can do.
What?
The Kelly. I love it.
Yes. What, did you get the link out of the Crossline doTERRA training group?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Who's your upline?
Danny Larson.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And I mean, we can also give you the recording if you like what you see. We can always send you that. So, okay, we can get started. This is great.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm Melissa. I am the glitchy Melissa. So I can pop in and out of this, but what's happening right now is my Zoom video is like, let's see if I'm glitchy right now. I'll come in for a second. I'll probably glitch. If you see me glitching, you can, throw it in the chat glitching and I'll just stop my video again. But you can hear me. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So today I'm here to share about a journey that I've been on with doTERRA in learning how to heal my metabolism. And I'm excited because things have started to shift for me in really big ways with our new metabolism support product called MetaPower. But there's some other parts to this. Kelly and I were talking, and there's a couple people on here that have heard this. There is parts to metabolism that I didn't know before. And because of this product, I'm learning so much more, and I'm here to share that with you. So I want to talk about nutrition and digestion and smart supplementation as they're part of the pillars of metabolism. And I want to talk about simple steps that you can take to increase your overall health. And I think the big thing, folks, is making it simple for ourselves and others, because things can sometimes be really complicated. And then we just don't want to do it because it's too overwhelming. So I just want to know, let's see if my little mouse is going to work here. So I'm going to click to my next screen there. Oh, and it's jumping, but there you go. I want to know, just throw in the chat, the question is, what's preventing you from living your most powerful life? And I also put down what brought you here today? Because you knew it was about metabolism or energy or something. And for me, it was energy. So just throw in that chat right now so I know what's going on with you and why you are here. I mean, for me too, gut health has been vital because I have celiac disease. My gut has just had a really rough life. And so that was another reason why, something I wanted to dive into and was using doTERRA to even start with, was to start investigating natural ways to support my body. So I'm just seeing, I haven't seen anyone pop into the chat yet. If you can't get into the chat, you can unmute yourself and just let me know. Oh, Karen's like 18 years and wanting to promote it. Karen, does any of this relate to you though? Do you feel like energy or sleep, weight, clarity, mood, stress, or any of those things?
Well, yeah, my energy's fine. My sleep is mostly fine, but I do have emotional issues that invite me to balloon. Come down and go up and down weight wise. And I figure if I focus on one thing that doesn't seem like it will trigger me in either direction, I might get a real handle for life, so.
That's a beautiful way of putting it. Thank you. I really appreciate that, because it's that thriving. You're like, I know I can do something to help myself thrive. That's
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Karen. And Cindy's got down aging and wanting to slow down that process. Oh, Trish, IBS, absolutely. And I've just discovered more, so I'll be able to share that with you today. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I bought the packet, kit, and then I broke it up and gave it to random people.
So you need to do this for you first.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
That you do. You have to do it for yourself first. Julie put down energy. Julie and I are close friends, and Julie and I felt that way too. We needed to do this for ourselves first, right? Just to get our own personal experiences, to share that journey. And there's so much that we've all fully uncovered with this. It's been wild.
And I did the same thing with the immunity kit, just to let you know. True confession.
Yeah. Well, you're a very generous person, and a lot of people in this, right? We're generous people. Oh, yeah. Oh, Joni, I hope I'm saying your name right, but joint muscle cartilage tendon pain, 100%. That actually was something I didn't know this is a weird thing to say, I didn't know I was struggling from it. Now we just have some people that need to mute themselves. Welcome if you're just new here. If you can mute yourself, thank you so much. Joint muscle cartilage tendon pain is the biggest concern. And it's interesting because that's not on here, but it's related, right? Because, we can feel that. In my little video that I made, I said, I feel so puffy in my joints. I just feel like so puffy in my joints. And it was hurting to go up and down stairs, to be honest. Is there anything else anyone has in there that they want to share? Cindy, you're so generous.
I have to tell you that I think it's from stress, but I once recently treated myself to a manicure, which I don't generally do because I don't trust people with my hands. I'll risk my feet, but not my hands. And the woman was speaking in another language as she tried to get the knots out of my shoulders as part of her treatment. It was a whole experience. And she was amazed. And I was living with it and didn't know until someone else touched me that I was stone, literal stone. And I have to only say it was like calcified stress, because she was like, trying to break it up. So I'm so glad that I'm here for that, because I know it will handle it.
It does. And it does, because this is not our body is a system. Like, we are a system, right? Mm-hmm. So when we start to change something in one area, it affects the other areas. And we haven't necessarily been taught to think that way. I'm a school teacher, I'm a science teacher. And now I'm actually switched into health. And it's interesting, Karen, I'm stress management at school. Like, I help the kids with stress management. So, and I know that this is a system that is sick right now. I'm going to go to the next slide, because that is it. Let's see if it'll go. So we are actually, sorry for the gloom and doom, folks. We are in a metabolic health crisis. We actually are. And one of my friends, actually another Karen, she sent me this link this morning talking about where this came from. And many of us can go back and understand where this came from. Knowing where it came from helps. Knowing how to get out of it is what we want to do. Okay, so like 6.8% of North American adults are the only ones enjoying metabolic health. So we're looking at something we need to realize and address and discover what many of us have been missing. And this is a foundational understanding of metabolism and the knowledge to actively take the steps to heal ourselves and others. This will start to take place as we do this. It already is taking place because we're talking about it. So let me see if there we go. Knowing what metabolism is, it's a complex process. I'm making it very simple. Like, being a science teacher, I've been taught to simplify things, but sometimes I wonder if we should be going a little bit deeper, because that gives us more insight. So our body takes oxygen and nutrients to make the energy we need for a big word called homeostasis. That's us, thriving, living well, and feeling like our body can heal itself. This is the most amazing thing, that homeostasis is our body healing itself. If we don't know that we're hurting it, we don't know how to heal it. And like Karen said, if we don't know we got knots in our shoulders from stress that we're holding on to, how do we know? We have to start talking about it. So I'm going science on you, because that's my jam. The mitochondria are the energy producers of the cell. This has been a big discussion at school right now with some of my friends. The more energy an organ needs, the more mitochondria per cell the organ has, which is a huge change into how we were teaching science. We were only showing anyone that here's the mitochondria, one mitochondria. in the cell. Any of our little examples that we did had 1. Now, I have a question. Think mitochondria makes the energy. So I'm being a science teacher right now. Can you go in and throw down in the chat? And don't worry, any guess is good. Any guess is good, because it's going to provoke discussion. What organs do you think have the most mitochondria? Yeah, heart and stomach, they do. They have a lot. There's another big organ out there. Think about all the work that the heart and the stomach are doing all the time. Skin is good too. It's constantly regenerating itself, right? Anyone else want to throw in there? What do you think? And a lot of times we've been trained to be a liver, Nancy, yes. I'm laughing at the not with all the sanitizer, right? Well, that's an important thing, Karen, to consider. Brain, Julie, bang on. That is, liver does, the brain really does. Now, this, if we were only taught that there's one of these little mitochondria in our cell, intestines, you betcha. Here's the mind-blowing. There's millions per cell in the brain. This changed my paradigm in understanding what I need to do for myself. Because I'm like, brain fog, right? We feel this brain fog. Yeah, we feel this. Like we talk about the chemistry of emotions. That's our brain. We talk about, you know, well, it's our system, it's our liver, it's our brain, it's all these parts together. And we don't know that. So how do we know to care for ourselves if we don't know these truths? Let's see if I can go to the next little nugget here. Go screen. Here's what they need. This is what I'm helping kids and teachers with at school. No, we need this. We need it. We're not doing it. And we need it. We need whole foods. Like the stuff that's here on our planet is medicine for our bodies. We need these whole foods. We need whole protein, whole fats, and whole carbohydrates. We've had a diet industry which has disrupted this knowledge. We have to go back to the whole foods. We need phytochemicals. I love this word. It's like light, chemistry from light. And this is our plants. And this is why we need to eat a rainbow. These are the vegetables that have all those beautiful, rich colors in them. Is this resonating with anyone? Are you like, because I'm like, I say it a certain way. You know, we knew this before. We sort of knew this before, but I'm like, no, like we need to really know this, because knowing it is practicing it. That's the wisdom. Like we understand some things, but if we don't practice it, we're not using that wisdom. So we need this wisdom. Oh, thank you, Karen. We didn't know how important it is. Yeah. And our system has done a very good job. That's my friend Karen, other friend Karen in there. She's like, she showed me this video. The system has done a very good job of marketing other things to us. One, and I'll show you this next slide. See if it's going to do it. Click. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk a little more. Mitochondria do love supplements. And for the longest time, I was like, supplements? Why do I need supplements? Like I'm eating the whole foods. Well, things have changed because of this thing called the Industrial Revolution. And our land has changed and our food system has changed. And our food actually doesn't have the same things it used to have in it. And so we're supplementing now. Well, hopefully we use sustainable practices to heal the land, right? We can't just do one thing and not think about the other. Clean environment, reduced exposures. This was Karen Lang with all the sanitizer, right? Reduced exposure to toxins and sugar. Exercise. Our bodies are made to move, and this sometimes can be really hard because we're not feeling motivated because our poor mitochondria are like, I could just imagine the sounds that they're making in there. We're not being fed right. I don't want to move. And effective stress management. Boom. That one is going to hit home for many of us. So, oh, it's sort of, I didn't realize it's sort of hard to read here, but healthy eating, it's okay. It's not your eyes, it's my screen. Healthy eating is one of the big pillars of metabolic health. And I want to show you just a little bit what I've done and what I've learned. I'm just going to check that chat. Yeah, there she is. Karen Bernath's put in there in our busy world, quick and easy. That's right, taken over. That's that stress piece, that perceived stress and that fast food. So let's talk about this right here. If we look at food, those phytonutrients, all those things being the fuel that our mitochondria need, our millions of mitochondria in our brain cell need, then we have to start taking our health into our own hands and realize that we can do simple things. Reduce exposure to sugar. And this is that glucose roller coaster that many of us have learned about before. And if you haven't, there's tons of information out there that you need to start your morning by breaking your fast with something that does not contain sugar. A savory breakfast. We have been marketed to eat sugar for breakfast, and that is completely disrupting our health. If you go back in your family lineage, and you got to go back to your ancestors, you got to think about where you're from and what people traditionally ate. And there's been so much disruption here, folks. You've got to go back. What were they eating? Some of them are still, and some of our family members and ancestors are still making sure they eat that way. What were they eating before marketing? It's savory breakfast. It really was. We got to go back and find those recipes. We got to go back and find that food. We have to add more veggies to our day. That's the phytochemicals. That's stopping our body from having these glucose spikes. That's whole food. It's incredible. It's like magic. Our body, those little mitochondria and our cells have these little mini, like turning on, turning off. It's almost like a key that goes in to start things in our day. And if we're putting sugar in there, it actually stops that process from happening. It's stopping us from thriving, as well as process, right? Toxins. When we start our day, we got to start our day right. That's a choice. And priming our gut is a huge thing, because it's like our body's we've got like a sink, and it's what you're putting in the sink first. And if you put fiber first, it changes how it changes the bacteria, it changes what's happening in there to a more healthy way, to a more way that our mitochondria can get what they need. Fiber first, protein, full fat, and then carbs last. Then our body can maintain some of that sugar coming in without those spikes. I'm just going to pause and check the chat here. Oh, I love that. I love it. So simple. I love that. Oh yeah, Julie has said using advantage of reducing sugar has been shockingly helpful for my mental health. Chantal, good question. Fruit recommended? No. You know what? It's not. And it's interesting because it still is a whole food that our body can digest, but when we spike on fructose and glucose, it does something to our mitochondria, and it hits this like big sugar spike first thing in the morning. So you could eat fruit, but you'd have to eat fruit last, and you have to make sure that you have like fiber, which is weird. Like I've been eating green beans, right? Like that's just like, why am I eating green beans? This is not how anyone's marketed breakfast to me ever, but it's made a massive difference to my health. Green beans for breakfast, then with some protein and eggs. Karen's got fish for breakfast. Yeah. Oh, Karen, that's big. And that's a part of the system. That's exactly what I'm talking about, getting deeper into these understandings and opening those doors, that human trafficking industry. It masks. Yes. Oh, you've got students too. Yeah, they are the best teachers. They are.
They are, and they've saved like literally my sisters and my nieces' lives. The
Oh.
stuff that they have done on their midterms. They do a collaborative midterm. I'm a retired college professor now after 33 years, but they have given me some information that I wanted to run away from.
Mm-hmm.
And Spirit said, sit down and watch that video. I'm like, okay. And I had to use it that Sunday, literally, with my sister. I need to write that testimony up.
Right. Well, absolutely. And I think a big part of this is understanding that's the ill health in the system. Like it's this interconnected ill health in the system. And that for a lot of people, when they start jumping down that rabbit hole, a lot of things, it's like the unraveling, right? It's like, oh, and it, yeah, it's complex itself, but we can, through our food choices, start to make a difference. It's so interesting. I love Karen. I bring out the veggies and munch as I prepare breakfast. Absolutely. That's a simple one, right? That's that behavior change. And Julie, of course, veggie, proteins, fats, and maybe fruit in that order. It is a big change for us. Snap peas it is. I love that. Absolutely. Beautiful fiber. Oh, I love, we have snap peas out at breakfast sometimes too. And isn't that just so weird to think that way? Snap peas for breakfast, green beans for breakfast. Avocado, well, the avocado is the trendy thing with the kids, right? Like they love their avocados for breakfast. Trying to eat close to home is hard, but that's also really important for us too. All right, smart supplementation. As Julie said, Advantage is making a difference. What do I eat after beans, Nancy? Usually eggs, right? That's a very good question. I usually eat eggs. It's being safe for my gut. Sometimes I'll have meat with that too, just depending. And I find that because I'm not riding a glucose roller coaster, I'm not hungry until lunch. And that I think is important for people to know. It sustains energy in your body, clean energy in your body, right? Those are those mitochondria saying, thank you, this is better, way better than I used to have, like a nice, yummy, sugary yogurt and granola, but it was just there. I didn't even read the back, right? I didn't even read the back to realize how much sugar I was putting in my body. And that yogurt contained more sugar than Lucky Charms. There's my truth. So, whoop, going back. doTERRA has brought out smart supplementation, and I love this because I went and did a little bit of digging. When you talk about phytochemicals that our body needs, these are antioxidants. And I'll just I think we just need a mute there, my friends. Let's see. These antioxidants are so powerful when it comes to helping our body heal. And the MetaPower blend, how it's being put together with grapefruit, peppermint, cinnamon, ginger, and lemon, those are antioxidants. Like cinnamon is so unbelievably powerful. And I love this blend so much. It's so yummy. So I have it in my water. It is helping to inhibit fat cell maturation. Now, this one I know is a preclinical study, but as a side effect of something going on in my life, I have these things called lipomas. And they're these big fatty bumps. And they were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And truthfully, anyone that I talk to, well, that's just something you have, it's genetic. Like that's the thing we always hear. It's something you have, it's genetic. I'm like, well, yes, it is, but something's turning those genes on. Since I started doing the MetaPower system, my lipomas have shrunk and they're continuing to shrink. And that is huge for me. Not that it was affecting my health, but it did affect how I felt about myself. And my little students that I have would worry about it all the time. What's that bump? I'm like, those are my bumpies. I haven't named them all yet. But one of those things where it's like, there's something going on inside of me and my body is showing this. And now these are starting to shrink. I find that this blend does help to curb those cravings, but I think there's the glucose, that cinnamon is working with my body to stop the glucose spikes. And that's what's curbing those cravings. Metabolic health. Well, yeah, those are the phytochemicals and antioxidants. When we're giving our cells and our mitochondria things that help support them, our metabolic health will improve. How many here have tried this blend? In our chat, have you tried it? I know I've got one of the girls that just loves it. She's like, this is helping me stay hydrated. Crave it now. Try the beadlets. Oh yeah. Well, the big thing too with hydration, I mean, that's super important for our metabolic health. Yeah. Yeah, Cindy's using the soft gels 2 to 3 times a day. The soft gels are an easy way to ingest it if you're not putting it in your water, and they're very portable. And the soft gels are just getting these things into your system. Water makes you thirsty. I wonder why. Huh.
I lived 17 years in the desert and I couldn't stay ahead of water. I hated drinking water. So now I will put a drop of, an oil in, and I can do it, but I still feel chronically dehydrated. And you can hear it in my skin, my fingers. You can see it.
I'd be interested to see this system. I really,
Yeah, I'm ordering it again. I won't give it away.
Yeah, right. So good. I love this. I'm mixing the blend in my night serum for my squishy parts. I love that. That is just the best way of putting it right there, Chantal. I love it. The blend, one of the girls is using it. Oh, and actually I use it too. I love it for dry brushing. If that's anything that you've ever tried. And dry brushing helps to move our lymph. It helps to move those toxins through our body. And the MetaPower is beautiful for that in the morning because it's very invigorating. So the next, let's see, here we go. So Assist, this is super cool. The Assist was designed to help stop those blood sugar spikes. And initially it was like, and I think still communicated, but some people will take 2 a day. Initially 1 a day to stop the spike around your largest meal that has the carbs in it. What I'm saying to people though, this isn't like free pass, have sugar. I'm like, don't do that. Because you've got to eat the whole foods. You're working against yourself. You're not putting those things in your body that it needs, that your mitochondria needs. You might be reducing the sugar spike, but your body still needs those phytonutrients, and your body still needs those fats, those healthy fats and proteins. So we've got to make sure you have those in your body as well. It's not like I'm going to eat a bag of popcorn and have a metabolic assist. It's like, oh, we're still responsible for our own health, and it's not going to be a pill to make the magic of stopping the spikes, right? But it will help you when you start to feed your body right. It's like it amplifies it because your brain is working better. Ooh, that's okay. Don't worry, Dad. I just had a puppy want to come in and see me. I'm going to go to the next one. Let's see here. So MetaPower Advantage. I want to check in. How many here love this and love the taste of it? Have you tried it? If you've tried it. I crave this. Yep. Me too. I actually love the taste of it. Cindy, you too? Yeah. There are some people that it's almost like cilantro. Oh, Julie, I'm glad that you love it. I was going to say, if anyone's out there saying, no, I don't like the taste of it, that's okay. That's totally normal because we all have these different biochemistries in our body. I saw someone say that when they add a little bit of olive oil to it and mix it up, it completely changes it for them and it becomes something that's much more palatable. but everyone I can see on there really actually likes it. So that's so awesome. That's so important because it makes it easier. Like I found this as being one of the easiest things for me to take every morning. Is anyone struggling to take it? Let's see. Because one of my girlfriends is like, I'm struggling to remember to take it. And I said, well, I think we just have to change. We just have to change when we're taking it, maybe. And what she ended up doing, let me just see here. Kelly's texting me to unmute. What she ended up doing was taking it at night. Yeah. So Chantel, if you're struggling to take it in the morning, because this can be habits, right? Building these habits.
I actually meant the assist.
Oh, the assist, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, that's okay. I'm moving along quick here because I'm watching our time and I know we want some stories to share. I want to have time for that. But yeah, the assist sometimes, yeah. The assist can be tricky to remember to take. There was something though that's important to know when we were first, I think just at convention, it was first released that it was something that you want to take 15 to 30 minutes. Do you remember seeing that? 15 to 30 minutes before your meal. Well, the recent research that's come out is that you can take it with your meal and that might actually be more beneficial. Hold on, Dad, can you just shut it? Don't worry.
Where's the dog?
He's right here. It's okay. Just shut. Thanks, Dad.
Perfect, because that's when it often happens. When you've had it, people are like, oh, crap, I should have taken my assist. So
Well,
I'm glad
right.
it's
Yeah.
worked
And
better.
it's one of those things. I'm so happy to hear that they said, just take it. I was laughing because I'm like, oh, good. Because sometimes that's what I need to hear. So Trish, good to know. Yeah, it's taking it with your largest carbohydrate meal. And some people will take 2 a day. I want to learn a little bit more on taking it like 90 days, because I know that the mulberry is in there and I want to see like what's going to happen after 90 days of it going in there, because there's some gut healing properties with, sorry, the assist. I'm thinking the assist right now. Well, let's see. Still trying to find Kelly on here, folks. So sorry. I think what happens with the advantage though, there's something extra powerful in there. The assist has the mulberry, which I know helps to reduce parasites if you have them. That's a positive side effect. But the advantage has the collagen. Let me just find you here, Kelly. I can't really, I'm trying to double task here. What do you call it? Multitask. I can't unmute you, my dear. I'm so sorry. Won't work. Maybe put in the chat. Anyway, the advantage has this collagen that actually helps for those that put IBS in there. It actually helps to heal your gut. So this is huge. The collagen, I'm going to say it again, the collagen in the MetaPower Advantage has been healing people's gut. And I just learned this as I was digging deeper, because my friend Julie and I have been like, what is going on with the gut healing? Like, what's doing this? And it's the collagen is one of the big things. Reducing sugar, of course, but this collagen is magic. Celiac disease, my gut has been toast my whole life and it's changing. And so because my gut's healing, I'm getting less eczema, way less eczema, way less of these I guess you could say I get skin flare-ups also in my mouth. Yeah, and Julie, you're right. It's so effective. It's helping our gut. Some people are really sensitive to the other collagen brands that are out there that are bovine based. And because of who knows how they're sourcing that, again, doTERRA is very particular about their sourcing. That's part of the foundation for this company. I'm just going to go up and look at the chats here. Yeah, Nancy, Advantage has helped so much with the gut and bowel movement. That's 100%, right? Because that's healing that gut. And yeah, using the advantage of water with the LLV. And that's another key piece, is that lifelong vitality has some of the micro and macronutrients that our body needs to have optimal metabolism. So those are the supplements that boost.
Hey, I just want to say one thing that my computer is being weird, so I just switched to my phone. But adding coconut cream, like if you opened up a can of coconut milk and you like mixed it up and you put a tablespoon of that in with your Advantage, it's super good. It like makes it taste really yummy, and a little bit of salt. It's good. But the other thing is the berberine in the Assist is actually super good for your gut flora. Just saying. That's all I have
Thank you,
to say.
Kelly. No, that's really important because there was something else in there and I didn't have it written down. And that's the other one. It's helping our like that, getting rid of the toxins, right? It's helping our body get the toxins out and the good stuff in. I think that's actually the general way of putting it. It's helping our body get the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. It's like correcting that behavior. And Cindy's mixing collagen with almond milk and protein for breakfast. And collagen, just so you know, everyone, collagen is a type of protein. Super cool. So this is, I mean, we've been sharing these success stories along the whole way. It's so beautiful to hear this. And it's so good to know that there are people seeing success with this. The biggest thing I think for me is pairing this with changing how I've eaten. For some people, like it's pairing it, if they're fasting, it's pairing it with fasting. And fasting isn't a big scary thing, by the way. Like a lot of us should be, you know, not eating at 7 p.m., like stop eating at 7 p.m. and then not eating until after 7 a.m. in the morning. We should be fasting for 12 hours. That's, you know, what our gut and body needs. As soon as we start putting food into our body in the evening, we start that glucose roller coaster again, and we disrupt our sleep. So this system helps us to regulate that by reducing those glucose spikes, so we're not choosing to eat, by helping to heal our little, you know, the mitochondria. Yeah, Cindy, thank you. There's a 30-day challenge. So if we're helping people with this, we want to hook them up with the 30-day challenge, however that looks, because we can actually get texting, and I'm not too sure being in Canada what it looks like, but there's a way to get texted what to do.
Yeah, we can't get the text. We can't get the text in Canada.
Text here,
For
but
those
if
of
you're in the
you
US,
guys
yeah.
in the US can.
So one of the big things too, when we're looking at glucose, this is really, really important. Thank you, Julie. When we're looking at what's happening with our glucose levels, cortisol jumps up as well. This is that stress piece. Cortisol and glucose both, like, they create a spike together. They're related. This is messing up our hormones. And so for me, like, it's all this interconnected piece where once I started to realize my glucose was like spiking, I was able to go, oh my gosh, once I got that under control, my hormones started to get under control, and I didn't get the same, like the word that people use is the same perimenopause and menopause effects. That's like completely started to regulate itself. And I didn't realize that was going to be a side effect. I was just looking for more energy, but knowing that it's all related, that started to heal. And is continuing to heal, which, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there when you're perimenopausal. You're like wondering what's going on with your emotions and you feel like it's out of control. Or if you're menopausal and you feel like your emotions out of control, well, what's happening is when you take the sugar out and the cortisol starts to come down, your body all of a sudden starts to heal itself, and you're not getting these hormone roller coasters to the same extent. It's amazing to know, you know, what people have discovered with this. And there's a large group where they're sharing a lot of their success stories. It really is personal wellness realized. Like, it really is incredible. Yeah. Post-menopausal issues. Thank you, Cindy. They're still challenging. And when we look at inflammation and say, even like, we look at people who have like arthritis and those sort of things starting to take over their body. The success that people are having, like even going into the third age with MetaPower has been incredible. When you hear about people who have like arthritis so bad their hands can't move or their shoulders can't move.
Metapower.
Yeah, and you're unfolding, like these hands are unfolding. And that's just a beautiful thing to be able to offer someone, is movement and ease of movement. And Cindy's saying energy levels over the whole day and not being so tired so quickly. That's right. It's absolutely incredible. And it's addressing our metabolism, which then allows us to start having the brain power to address the other parts of our life. Right? That brain fog release. Well, there are 1 million mitochondria in a brain cell. So it blows me away. This is again, one of the biggest aha moments for me is like, oh my gosh, this is the health that I need to share with others. This is the message I need to share with others. Are there any other things that people wanted to ask about? Hopefully, if I don't have the answer, I can, point you in the right direction. And Julie, thank you for talking about that LLV. I just looked back in the chat, that sharing that it is something that is a lifelong vitality, and it is a supplement system that helps us with those omegas, which we need for metabolism, right? We need the different parts of the vitamins, like all the different vitamins we need for metabolism. Oh yeah, just make sure you're muted. One of the other things too that's in MetaPower, the NMN, and I maybe should go back to that. Where is it? Will it go back? Let's see. There. This is really important. This was so funny because I have my little video window over the NM and the nicotinamide mononucleotide. I had it over there. This is huge. It's a vitamin that our body, that our mitochondria love. This is like it. I don't know why I feel it this way, but it's like fish food. It's like, this is the fish food. This is the stuff that gives those mitochondria the energy. And this starts to decline. And we definitely don't do a good job of, like, in our early years, I didn't, maybe some people do, but in my early years, I did not take really good care of my body. So I'm sure I trashed that part of my system. So it's rebuilding it. It's giving your mitochondria the energy. And it is, I think a lot of people start to feel it. I don't know. What did everyone find? Like, I found in 10 days, I really started to feel that energy, that shift.
I was probably like, I've been on it since August 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was just on the collagen since August 19th. And then I got the other stuff, September, 17th I started. I personally noticed probably about 6 weeks in a big shift, but right away, what I noticed was my skin remained moist. My skin was pretty dry, and my arms were kind of crepey. And then all of a sudden, I was more hydrated. It was kind of cool, actually.
100%. I felt that butter. My skin got much more buttery, because usually during this season, especially here, it's so dry that I get the cracking, right? And
Right.
This has not happened.
So Kelly, was that with the advantage or a different?
That was the advantage that my skin got more moist.
Okay.
And then, my fine lines around my eyes went away.
Mm-hmm.
And, but then with the assist and the MetaPower oil, that shifted my weight and my, probably my mood too, because but for me though, I don't eat sugar and carbs for the most part. I love them,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of really have to stay away from them. My body doesn't like it. So I will take a Meta Assist before my biggest meal of the day. And then I take 2 soft gels after every meal, and it's been super good.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cindy, thank you for sharing. Yeah. I really appreciate that you identified that you were using another brand of collagen and that you start to notice the other benefits. And I think that's related to the types of collagen we have in this, because there are more, I think it's one of the highest amount on the market. Kelly, am I right? The collagen, like the types that are in here?
Yeah, you won't find another product like this on the market right
Yeah,
now.
the collagen wise, that's
With
what
an NMN and the NADH, the NMN is like, there's actually like a study, I can put it in here, not a study, but there's a video on YouTube from Dr. Sinclair about the longevity, and the NMN. I'll see if I can find it.
you can find it, because the NM and like I think the health industry itself is recognizing this, like the functional medicine doctors are really recognizing the power of it. So we'll start to see it, but how the MetaPower was created it's unbelievable to see what's all in it.
Right.
And what it does synergistically for our body, like how it all works together. And it's being, I believe, like when you know, right? When you know. And for me, this has been like, oh, I know what this is doing. And yes, I will be taking this. Like after my, I'm past the 90 days now. And the collagen is the game changer. Well, and I have to say with LLB, right? With LLB, because those are those micro macronutrients that my body needs. Oh, Cindy, yes, it was developed just for you. Yeah. It was your request. I love that. You manifested it. It's true. It probably, I'm just going to love that because that's beautiful. Thank you. So for everyone here, I don't know if you don't have a consultant that you're working with, find the one that reached out to you. Like if you haven't started using this product, find the one that reached out to you and connect with them about setting yourself up for the first 30 days and seeing what happens to your body. It's near miraculous, actually. If you're wondering and you want more information about how to eat, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Oh, I'm just seeing something from Cindy right now. So if someone has been using since August, you're part of the clinical trial. There was a clinical trial, but then
no, I'm a founder in the company. So
Yeah.
they gave me it 1 month before. So I wasn't part of a trial. I just got to try it a month before.
So, and I know for many of us, can you let me know what one thing, this is important to think about, what one thing maybe from today, like stood out to you that you would be able to share with others, that you feel comfortable sharing with others. So what's like one thing you were like, okay, that's important. Because it's important for me to know how I'm communicating. Oh, I like that. Feed your mitochondria. Yeah. And then I'm communicating effectively, being a teacher, Karen, you know that. It's like, did I get across what I wanted to get across today? So feeding our mitochondria, mitochondria and how MetaPower can assist with this. That's so important. Because I didn't focus on, our blood glucose in this one. I focused more on feeding the mitochondria. So that got across. How many mitochondria you have is shocking. I really hope that did resonate with you, and knowing that the supplementation that we have supports our mitochondria in ways that, I'm uncovering more and more. Like it blows my mind, actually. It's so fantastic. I'm hoping, did anyone hear phytochemicals and vegetables in this presentation? The importance of phytochemicals, and those are your vegetables. Control glucose. Oh, you took a screenshot. Thank you. That is awesome. Okay, good. Amazing. And I'm glad, Nancy, that you heard that. Control glucose and hormones get under control. Trish, the collagen info is, yeah. Well, that, Kelly, I appreciate you mentioning that, because that happens to many of us as we age, is our skin starts to
I
change
was
in
just
elasticity.
2016 cell paper.
Yeah.
that
Hold on a
mentioned,
sec. Copy.
That published the NMN basically that was given to.
Okay, here.
Good.
I'm
Yeah.
just going
Kelly, it's really
to-
important that you mention that, because many of us don't enjoy that feeling of our skin. You just feel like you're all dried up and right? It just, you don't feel good. Oh, thank you, Kelly. That's so
So
good.
that's about, so the NMN is like, nobody has this, like, there's no, it's not happening. So like, this is very, very longevity providing. So like, if you know, you're a little bit older and this is like a crazy good product. And just so you know, this is 189 US out of the Canadian warehouse, but it's 179 US out of the US warehouse. Well, I'm trying to, I found
Chantel,
it.
you raised your hand. I will see if I can unmute you in there. Oh, Kelly, can you unmute Chantel?
Yeah, she can't unmute herself.
I
Oh,
can.
You can.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I am also a teacher and I work with metaphors a lot, even in math, but I have a metaphor for the NMN because sometimes it's hard to understand. Okay, the mitochondria are the ones that make the energy for your cells, your energy to fix itself, energy to make more building products, anything. So energy is like a full sandwich. NMN is the bread that helps us make that. So when you get when you start losing it when you're 20, by the time you're 40 or 50, you have half. So you have half the slices of bread. So that means you can make half the energy that you need to do all the things. So when we take our advantage, we're adding more slices of bread so we can make more energy sandwiches for our.
I love it.
So I don't know, because
It's beautiful.
is very scientific and hard to
Can
explain.
you repeat that?
Go ahead, Cindy.
Can you just repeat that slowly?
Okay. The mitochondria makes energy for your cells to do everything, anything that your body pretty much needs, even making the building blocks to make your body. So let's consider energy a sandwich and it needs 2 slices, right? NMN could be the bread. So once you reach your 40s, I think you have half the NMN, so half the bread slices. So now you can only make half the sandwiches that you would normally make. So that's why you're more tired. That's why you can't recover from things as quickly, or you can't heal as quickly. So then if we're taking our advantage, which has NMN, now all of a sudden your cells have more bread slices, and we can make more of those energy sandwiches to do the healing, the growing, the thinking that we need to do.
That's so good.
I probably didn't go any slower. I apologize.
That was
Yeah,
good.
that's fine. I caught it. I mean, I caught it all the second time. I heard it the first time and it didn't process.
Thank you for asking that too, Cindy, because right when you're one of many, right? We need to remember that. Always ask, please, for clarification, because so many of us process in so many different ways. So it's like, yes, when I hear it again, I might even hear something new. That was so well communicated. I love the metaphor, because it really, when we think about what we're putting in our body, that's getting converted into energy, or it's stopping us. So it's either working for us or it's stopping us. And that's like that foundation of health. Mine's gluten-free. That is so good. Kelly's like, mine's lettuce. I don't have sandwich bread.
No, I eat carbonate bread. It's good.
Oh,
There's
there you go.
gluten-free carbonate bread. It's good.
You're doing carbonate. That's so good.
Yeah.
But I think, right, like, we haven't had the opportunity to learn the truth of food and how it affects our body. It just is something that that we can put more time and energy into together. So I hope this was informative. Kelly, thank you for this opportunity to share. And I really hope for many of you that you can take this and share it with others. And yeah, we will, Kelly, you'll have the recording that we can
Yeah,
share with our people. And I also feel like this is something that we can share again, if that makes sense. This is an opportunity to sit with this again, because sometimes we need to hear it many times for it to make sense of it.
yeah,
So I'd happily do that again with you, Cal.
yeah, for sure. And we can, I mean, I think this is compliant and we can share the recording.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome.
Because I find that like some people that have tried this, they don't have any idea about it. Like, I think there's a little bit of they don't understand what they're taking. It doesn't make sense. So,
Yeah, and I think, oh, that is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, this is it. There's some good things coming in that chat. Thank you so much. Well, I think the big thing, Kelly, you bang on is, if we don't know the other parts of like what's supporting us, then we're not addressing our health. We're sort of sitting there it's disconnected. And so as soon as we start to talk about it a little more, it really connects things. And I think having different people's story helps to make more sense of it for so many others, right? Like we're all going to take away what we need, but we definitely need to be addressing our health and our metabolic health as a community, because as a teacher, I can see it with our little kids, and we need some of the adults definitely to know this.
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, awesome, you guys. Thanks for being on. Next week I have on this same Zoom link. So if you guys were here on this one, I have a new class called Alternatives to Botox. Hey, who wants that? Right? So every Saturday we do a continuing ebb. Next Saturday is Alternatives to Botox, and then I forget what else we have coming up, but that's what's next Saturday. So join us for that. I'm chewing my Metapower gum right now. All right, ladies, thank you for joining us. And I will, if you want the recording, just let me know and I can send it to you. So send me a message on Messenger, or you know how to get a hold of me. Or it's also live streamed into the learning group. Okay.
And I'm sorry to ask, but are you blonde on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Just
I
checking.
just got my hair done yesterday and it's red.
It's beautiful.
Blonde. Thanks. Yes, I was blonde like a month ago. I quit that.
Okay.
Okay, bye guys.
Thank you. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.